The Crew 2 rewards program, your final reminder. This is your final reminder. Yes, welcome back to the channel, fellas. Welcome back to the channel, fellas, and greetings to those of you who have actually recently subscribed in the last few days. Now, the Crew 2 rewards program is a topic that I've spoken about at least maybe, let me think, maybe 2, maybe even 3 times on the channel thus far. And today it's the topic of discussion for 2 reasons. The first being that now the rewards program is complete in terms of the cars that are cars and vehicles that are available for you to go and collect. But most importantly, I've actually noticed that there's a lot of people that still have no idea what the rewards program is or the fact that it even exists. And that information came about by me just reading some of the comments. I noticed people were saying that Ferrari are not going to be in the game, which, as you're going to find out now, is actually not true. They will be in the game. I can confirm that. But Bourne, aren't you under a non-disclosure agreement? Yes, I am. But despite of this non-disclosure agreement I'm under, you will see exactly why I can confirm this. The Crew 2 weekly rewards program was basically put together by Ubisoft Ivory Tower as a way to generate some hype for the game, and obviously a way to give you guys the opportunity to experience some of the in-game cars at launch from day one without having to grind for in-game cash. Over a 19-week process, they revealed a different in-game vehicle which you had the opportunity to unlock by way of completing challenges in the first Crew game, the Crew 1. Now, the identity of the different vehicles were actually hidden and only made apparent upon the week each vehicle was scheduled for release. We have now passed that 19-week period, meaning we have the full list of vehicles that are actually applicable. So before we go through the full rewards program list and explain exactly what needs to be done to unlock each one of those vehicles, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out here. This is not for everyone, and what I mean by that is I'm very aware that there are a lot of people out there that prefer the in-game grind, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. In fact, I encourage you to do that because that's probably the best way to experience the game. The rewards program, I think, is basically for people who may not have the time to put in as much hours as other people due to work commitments, university commitments, parental responsibilities, etc., and just gives you the ability to have a free foothold. So if you don't like the idea of the rewards program, no need to get angry, no need to get upset. If you like the idea of having to unlock everything yourself, then hey, don't do it. Simple. Right then, so week 1, the first car to be announced as part of the weekly rewards program was the Ferrari 458. To unlock this car, all you needed to have done was play the Crew 1. That is it. And there's your confirmation that Ferrari are in the game. Next up, we had the Ford Mustang GT, the 2015 edition, and all you needed to do to unlock this was to customize every visual part of a vehicle. Next, we had the Ducati Diavolo. The requirement: perform a minute-long stunt combination. Next up, we had the Maserati Gran Turismo. To unlock this car, all you needed to do was progress to level 50. Now, one of my personal favourite classic muscle cars, the Chevrolet Camaro RS69, earn a story mission platinum medal in a street spec vehicle. Another bike on the list, the Indian Chief Dark Horse 2015, re-establish 510 control in the south and earn your V4. The bikes keep on coming with the KTM 450 Rally 2015, beat any platinum skill ghost. Next up, off-road action in the Hummer H1 Alpha 2006 Rally Raid Edition, beat the cops in the mountain states and earn your V6. We also have the Jeep Wrangler Rally Raid Edition, escape the police at least once in each region. Moving back to cars, we've got the Mercedes AMG GT, own a vehicle with all of its 5 specs unlocked. Another one of my personal favourites, the Nissan Fairlady Z432, test drive the most expensive vehicle. A monster truck joins the list. We have the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT 8 2012 monster truck that is a mouthful. Build a hidden car from wreck parts. A JDM legend, the Mazda RX-7 2002 drift version, increase your daily salary to 10,000 bucks. For those of you who are a fan of trucks, we've got the Ford F-150 SVT Raptor 2010 Touring Car Edition, conquer the West Coast, win the face-off and take the V8. Hatchback fans should never feel left out as we've got the Ford Focus RS 2010 Rallycross Edition, have 500,000 bucks in your wallet. To unlock the Lotus Evora GTE, drive to all 5 regions in a crew during one session of at least 2 to 4 players. The Proto Leopard Jet Sprint Boat, complete 5 awards on this program list. The BMW M2, complete 10 awards on this list. And finally, last but not least, the Abarth 124 Spider, complete 15 awards. Now, as I mentioned earlier, each and every one of these vehicles are unlocked by completing challenges in the Crew 1. There's a very strong possibility that those of you that did play the first game that still have it may have actually unlocked all of these rewards, if not a lot of these rewards already without even realizing. The good news is that Ubisoft Ivory Tower have actually provided us with a tracker, an online tracker, to basically track our progress and find out how well we're doing and how much we've unlocked. Kind of reminds me like a Christmas advent calendar. All you need to do is Google search the Crew 2 rewards program and it should come up as the first or second link. Click it and then it will ask you to log in on your preferred platform. So whether or not you're someone who has it on PlayStation, Xbox or the PC, whatever your platform of choice, you log in. And then what it will do is it will take your existing gaming handle and automatically synchronize itself with the awards list and show you your progress thus far. Now, there's something to bear in mind here. You cannot transfer progress from platform to platform. So what will be an example of someone even wanting to do that? Well, allow me to use myself as an example here. So basically, if I look at my rewards program progress, most of it is from the PS, because when I had the Crew 1, I originally played it on the PlayStation 4. But when it comes to the Crew 2, I'm more than likely going to get it on the PC. The only problem I'm going to have is that my rewards program being synced to my PlayStation Network account ID will not be able to be transferred over to my Steam account ID for the PC gaming. Now, as someone who works a full-time job on top of doing YouTube as well, that kind of affects me because I know I'm not going to have the amount of time available as some of you guys and have the opportunity to pour as many hours in the game as I would like to basically grind and get all of the cars. So it's just something I'm going to have to think about. Who knows, I might end up getting it on the PS4, I don't know. Now, let's pick another scenario. Let's say that you're interested in getting the Crew 2, you never played the Crew 1, but again, you're like myself and millions of others who just might not have the time to unlock all the cars you need, but you'd like to still experience them on day one. Well, the good news is that you can easily go and get yourself a copy of the Crew 1 from any decent gaming store for as little as $10 or £10, maybe even less than that. Obviously, it will be a pre-used version, okay, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter because you're only going to be playing the game for what, 7-8 weeks or so, whenever the actual release date is. So there's an option for you there. That segues into another possible question. When buying the game, if you are going to go and run out and buy it, will you need to buy all of the DLC in order to take on all of these challenges? The great answer is no. No, you do not. There's a Calling All Units DLC, there's a Wild Run DLC. You do not need to purchase them in order to facilitate you taking part in the rewards program. Every single one of these missions are available to unlock in the main base story game, okay? So you can save some money. Now, I'm very aware that different circumstances dictate how people spend their finances, and there are a lot of you who have got a lot more important things to spend your money on than obviously buying games at launch. As we know, games start to fall in price later on down the line. So the question is, can you unlock the rewards after the release of the Crew 2? Well, completing the Crew awards after the release of the Crew 2 will not count towards the rewards program. However, all awards completed before the release of the Crew 2 will grant the associated rewards once a player purchases the game, okay? So if you want to wait until the game drops to half price or when it goes on sale, or maybe you just want to wait until all the reviews have come in and you've got a balanced perspective of what the in-game experience is like, there's no rush to go and buy the game just to get all of these rewards. As long as you've got them complete before the game comes out, then you are guaranteed to get them when you actually go and purchase the game, whenever that may be. Right, now this is one that caused a lot of confusion for myself, so I think it's important we go through this. Now, when you start completing these rewards and then you go back onto the website to check your progress, you may find that it hasn't completely synced up, or you may find that it's got awards that you know you've completed that have not been unlocked yet. The reason for this is because the website updates twice per month, okay? Twice per month. When I first started doing the rewards program, obviously I was checking in on my progress, and at that stage I didn't know that it synced twice a month, so it took like 1 or 2 weeks, and I was so pissed off, I was so annoyed, I actually started sending emails to Ubisoft threatening to release killer clowns down to their building and just blow everything up if I don't get my rewards. But thankfully they came through. Right, now this one's for all of you cheapskates out there, okay, that try to be sly. If you go onto the Xbox game store or you go into the PSN game store, you will notice there's a trial version of the Crew 1. You can download it and experience the game free of charge. I think they allow you to play about half an hour or maybe up to 3 hours, I can't remember. The same also applies to the PC variant. You cannot get the awards by getting that free sample, okay? So all of you freeloaders, stop it. As I said, there are second-hand versions of the game going out there for as little as, I saw a copy for as little as £6. Honestly, that cheap. If you haven't got the money, then I'm sure you've got at least 1 or 2 games that you're not playing anymore that you don't need, and you might just want to go trade them in. There's a solution here. And that there pretty much wraps things up, fellas and fellettes. That there is all the information you need to know for the Crew 2 rewards program, okay? This is the last time that I'm going to cover it, and I hope I've answered all of the questions that you might have. I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any more questions regarding this, then please drop them in the comments section and I will do my very best to answer them as quickly as possible. If I take a while to respond to your question, please don't be offended. It could be that I'm actually out there searching for the answer. I might be speaking to someone from Ivory Tower directly to get clarification on a few things. Now, those of you who might be worried about... Now, as I mentioned in the last video that I dropped on Sunday, I have got footage from the Crew 2 that I managed to capture last Friday when I was invited to play the game by Ivory Tower, and I will be dropping that in a few weeks. I actually edited around 6 videos yesterday, and I've got another few that I'm going to be doing today. So if you are interested in seeing gameplay from the Crew 2 in the next few weeks before it's launched, we're talking a little bit of customization and some other bits and pieces. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. If it's your first time around here, I wish you a Bourne welcome. Be sure to hit the like button, share this video as much as possible, and I will see you when the next video comes out. Take it easy, peace.